Have you ever wondered what it's like to be born into a world of unlimited wealth? Welcome to Dubai, where the children of the most powerful people live the kind of life most can only imagine. Picture this: $1 million sneakers at 15 and a private jet before you're even legally allowed to drive a car. For the richest young residents of Dubai, this isn't luxury, it's everyday life. Welcome to the channel for the richest. Rashid Belhassa, better known as Money Kicks. He opens our list of insanely rich young heirs. This guy literally bathes in luxury, all thanks to his father's construction empire, Saif Belhassa Holding, which unites more than 50 companies and around 10,000 employees. But Rashid isn't the type who just burns through dad's money. He's already become a real social media star. Let's start with his stunning sneaker collection. By the age of 15, he had built up a shoe collection worth more than $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. These aren't just trendy Nikes. In his arsenal are 2004 Air Jordan 13s signed by Michael Jordan himself, as well as the ultra-rare Nike Air Yeezy 2 Red October, costing about $15,000 a pair. That's more than some cars. But the sneakers are only the beginning. Rashid has over 2 million followers on Instagram and more than 3 million on YouTube. All of his content is about carefree living, parties with celebrities, and, of course, luxury. And if you're thinking he has a dog or a purebred cat, forget it. Money Kicks has his own private zoo. Yes, you heard that right. Over 500 exotic animals. Lions, tigers, giraffes, anything you can think of. And they're not just trophies. Many of them are actually rescued animals that he took from terrible conditions. He has a lion named Versace Eye and orangutans named Gucci and Dior. Sounds stylish, doesn't it? The zoo isn't open to the general public, but he has no shortage of guests, among them Mariah Carey and Floyd Mayweather. And now you're probably wondering, how much does it cost to maintain a menagerie like that? Public zoos cost millions, and feeding all those animals can easily run into hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. But for Rashid, that's just a drop in the ocean, and we're still not done. Cars? Rashid only drives the most exclusive ones. His Ferrari F12 Berlinetta is wrapped in a Louis Vuitton by Supreme style livery. That was a birthday gift. He also has a Cadillac Escalade with a custom Yeezy print. Why not, right? But perhaps the craziest item in his collection isn't even the cars or the animals. It's a perfume bottle, and not just any bottle, the most expensive in the world, Shumuk. It costs almost $1.3 million and is listed in the Guinness World Records for the largest number of diamonds on a single bottle. Imagine spending more on a fragrance than most people do on a house. Rashid's life is a festival of luxury that feels impossible. And you know what's wild? He's only number 10 on our list. From here on out, it only gets crazier. Ahead are young aristocrats who make Rashid's life look almost modest. Mon bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. Next on our list is Mon bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, and believe me, after him, Rashid Belhassa really does look like a guy on a budget. He's only 23, and his net worth is already measured in billions. Yes, billions with a capital B. But he's not just sitting on a pile of money. Mon is actively helping build the future of Dubai. Mon serves as vice chairman at Emaar Properties, one of the largest developers in the United Arab Emirates. Heard of the Burj Khalifa? That's their project. Dubai Mall? Also them. Emaar is literally reshaping the face of the city, and Mon plays a key role in that, and his ambitions don't stop there. He's also a co-founder of Schwar Capital, a financial institution in which he owns a quarter stake. So while some people are busy spending millions, Mon is multiplying them, investing in real businesses and diversifying his assets. Now, let's peek into his garage. This collection is a dream for any car fanatic. Over $10 million worth of gleaming hypercars, several Lamborghinis, luxurious Bugattis, and of course the jewel of his fleet, a Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead coupe worth more than $500,000. This car is the very definition of class and style. His housing deserves its own chapter. One of his homes is a beachfront villa worth around $7 million. 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 2 pools, and 3 fountains. It sounds more like a 5-star resort than a private residence. And that's just one of his properties. And what about his hobbies? While Rashid Belhassa is feeding his tigers, Mon is launching projects that will define what Dubai looks like tomorrow. From skyscrapers and hotels to entirely new districts, all of this passes through his hands. And don't forget, he's only 23. Most people at that age are just starting to think about what they want to do in life, while he's already sitting at the table with the most influential businessmen in the Middle East. Still, that doesn't mean he spends all his time working. Between meetings and construction plans, you can spot Mon behind the wheel of one of his supercars or relaxing in one of his luxury villas. And you know what? Even with a billion-dollar fortune, Mon is not the richest person in this ranking. Compared to what awaits us further down the list, his wealth is just a starting capital. With his business acumen and access to such resources, his possibilities are truly limitless. He might be the one who turns Dubai into the world's leading technology hub, or he might focus on green building and make the city a model of an eco-friendly megapolis. Saeed bin Baya Al Maktoum. The next person on our list looks like he stepped straight off the cover of an ultra-wealth magazine. Saeed bin Baya Al Maktoum commands a fortune of $2 billion, and believe it or not, that's still not the ceiling in this ranking. But Saeed isn't just a rich heir. He is the son of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. And instead of simply enjoying a carefree life and waiting for his inheritance, he is actively building his own path. Saeed holds the position of vice chairman and managing director at Abdul Latif Jameel Holding, a massive corporation spanning everything from the automotive market and real estate to energy. If something makes money, this company is likely already there. What really sets Saeed apart from the rest, though, is his watch collection. His wrists are a moving exhibition of the watchmaking arts. Forget ordinary Rolexes. Saeed collects limited editions from Cartier and Hublot, each one worth as much as real estate. One of his favorite pieces is the Cartier Santos Dumont XL. This isn't just a watch, it's a platinum rarity with a hand-wound movement, released in a run of only 100 pieces, and Saeed owns one of them. And what about Hublot? On his wrist, you might see a Big Bang Unico King Gold Blue, a refined mechanism in a solid gold case with a skeletonized dial. Price tag? More than $40,000, and that's far from the limit. Of course, Saeed doesn't live by watches alone. In his free time from running the corporation, he travels. Not just goes on vacation, he arranges full-on expeditions for himself. Private islands, resorts where one night costs more than most people make in a month. That's his everyday life. He can rent out entire resorts just for himself and his circle. After all, why share paradise with strangers if you can simply buy the whole island? And despite all this, Saeed isn't the type to show off every purchase on Instagram. He's much more reserved than the typical golden kids of rich families. He doesn't just play the luxury game, he's building his own business empire. Under his leadership, Abdul Latif Jameel has entered new markets and started investing in advanced technologies and green energy. Saeed is building not just his reputation, but the future of the region. Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. If you thought we'd reached the limit, forget it. Our next hero breaks all templates. His net worth is estimated at a staggering $19.1 billion. And that's not just a number. Hamdan holds the 36th spot on the global billionaires list, according to Forbes. But let's make one thing clear right away. These billions didn't just fall from the sky. Hamdan is not just an heir. He heads the family construction company, which generates around $7 billion annually. That's more than the entire yearly budget of some countries. Such rapid growth in his capital became possible largely thanks to massive government contracts. Imagine this. He went from 1 billion to 19 in a very short time. That's no longer business. That's an orbital takeoff. Now, a bit about his personal life, which is no less impressive. Hamdan's garage is practically a museum of supercars. Bugatti, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce. And not just standard versions, but rare limited editions that would make even other millionaires jealous. But the cars are only the tip of the iceberg. His mansion is a true fortress of luxury. There's a private helipad where he can literally land right from his bedroom. The pool is so huge it could almost be rented out as a separate resort. The gardens look like a botanical park where you can actually get lost. And if you think Saeed was passionate about watches, Hamdan takes this hobby to a completely different level. His timepiece collection is a museum-grade selection, with price tags that exceed the cost of entire houses. He collects true masterpieces capable of impressing even the top Swiss bankers. Yet, Hamdan's life isn't only about business and collecting. He is an active participant in professional equestrian endurance competitions. And not as a spectator, he personally competes on the international stage. The combination of a multi-billion-dollar fortune passion and a competitive sporting spirit makes him a truly unique figure. And here's another interesting fact. At one time, Hamdan enrolled at Harvard, but dropped out. That didn't stop him from creating Future Prowess Consultancy, an investment company focused on technology. Its capital is counted in millions, and it has already made its mark on the market. Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. Now it's time for a man who, despite a modest net worth of $500 million, is among the most promising and influential young figures in the region. Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan is a member of the ruling family of Abu Dhabi, and he definitely knows how to mix luxury with technological progress. First, let's talk about his toys. His car collection is any enthusiast's dream. In his garage sits one of the fastest production cars in the world, the Bugatti Veyron, capable of hitting more than 250 miles per hour. This beast is worth around $2 million, and even that isn't the priciest car he owns. The true crown jewel is his Ferrari LaFerrari, a genuine race car disguised as a road-legal vehicle. Only 499 of these were ever produced, each costing more than $3 million. Nearly 1,000 horsepower make it a rocket on wheels. Imagine pulling up to a red light and the car next to you is, by itself, worth more than an entire city block. That's how Abdullah rolls through town. His home? Not just a luxurious mansion, but a full-fledged oasis in Emirates Hills, one of Dubai's most elite districts. A private movie theater? Of course. But it's not just a screen and a couple of speakers, it's a true mini IMAX, with hand-stitched leather seats and sound powerful enough to make the floor vibrate. And the pool? It's less a pool and more a personal water park. It's so big you could practically float a yacht in it. Now to the essence. Abdullah isn't just a fan of cars and architecture, his real passion is technology. He holds a key position at Mubadala Development Company, the fund responsible for the technological future of the UAE. This isn't just investing, it's a strategic mission. The fund invests billions of dollars into artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and smart city infrastructure. Abdullah is actively backing education and sustainable development. He oversees the launch of some of the largest solar power plants in the desert and educational programs for future engineers and IT specialists. This isn't just playing with innovation, it's building a full-scale future for the country. Our next hero has a net worth that exceeds the GDP of some nations. Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Thani. Welcome to a world where a personal fortune of $8.4 billion is just the starting point. Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Thani is not just an heir, he's a strategist, an investor, and one of the youngest and most influential businessmen in Qatar. He is also deputy chairman of the Qatar Investment Authority, an investment fund with more than $450 billion under management. Just think about it. He has more capital at his fingertips than many sovereign states. But how does he handle his personal fortune? Oh, he knows his way around luxury. Let's start with his car collection. It's not just a lineup of cars, it's a mobile museum of the rarest hypercars on the planet. One of his favorites is the Koenigsegg Agera RS. Only 25 exist in the world. This rocket on wheels can reach 270 miles per hour. Price tag? Around $2.5 million. And even that hypercar pales in comparison to the crown of his collection, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, a one-off car. There is just a single example in the world, and it belongs to Mohammed. Its cost is $18.7 million. For that money, you could buy not just a fleet of cars, but a small island with yachts included. But he chose a car created as a true work of art. And what does Mohammed do with these cars? He doesn't just hide them in a hangar, he drives them. He appears at international auto shows where every vehicle on display carries an 8-digit price tag. He is part of the elite who not only own hypercars, but also showcase them to the world. Now, a bit about his real estate. His house in Doha isn't really a house, it's a palace. It looks more like a luxury hotel, with a movie theater, a pool the size of a tennis court, and a park where you can host picnics for 100 guests. In London, he owns a penthouse in One Hyde Park, one of the most expensive residential buildings in the world. A single apartment there costs over $100 million. Mohammed owns the top floor, panoramic views, a private elevator, a separate entrance, and 5-star plus service. And his watches deserve their own story. His collection is made up of masterpieces of mechanical art. One of his favorites is the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime. This model has 20 complications and costs $31 million. Yes, for a single watch. They cost more than entire residential complexes. But Mohammed doesn't just collect things, he truly appreciates craftsmanship and engineering precision. He has a refined taste and invests money not for show, but because he understands the value of exceptional objects. This same approach drives his main work at the Qatar Investment Authority. He makes decisions that affect not only Qatar's economy, but entire international markets. He holds stakes in companies whose services you use every day, from Volkswagen to Barclays. Zaid Al Thani. Now enters a man whose name echoes in the boardrooms of the world's largest corporations. Zaid Al Thani is the head of Qatar Holding LLC, the arm responsible for Qatar's global investments. But don't think he only manages other people's money. His personal fortune surpasses the national budgets of some countries, and his lifestyle is a full encyclopedia of luxury. First, the cars. Hidden in his garage are true legends of the automobile world. His pride and joy is a Bugatti Chiron. This is not just a fast car, it's brutally powerful. 1,500 horsepower and a top speed north of 260 miles per hour. Price tag? Around $3 million. This isn't a car, it's a technological monument on wheels. But Zaid didn't stop there. His collection also features a Ferrari LaFerrari. Only 499 units exist worldwide. It's a race car in a street-legal body, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And while the original price was just over $1 million, its current value has multiplied several times. And what about comfort? Zaid owns a Rolls-Royce Phantom. Not just a car, but a rolling luxury suite, hand-stitched leather interior, handcrafted wood inlays, and a fiber-optic starry sky headliner. He literally drives under a ceiling of stars. So where does he park all of this? In his personal palace in Doha, of course. This is not just a large house, it's a full-on presidential-level residence. Multiple pools, a home theater where you can host movie premieres, and so many bathrooms that counting them all in a single day would be a challenge. Naturally, that's not his only property. Zaid owns a luxury penthouse in London with panoramic views of the Thames. He has a villa in Malibu where you can watch the sun sink into the Pacific. His real estate portfolio is essentially a global hotel chain, where every building belongs to the same man. And if you think he has spent everything on cars and houses, you're underestimating his passion for watches. Zaid's collection consists of works of art created by watch houses with centuries-long histories. Each piece is not just an accessory, but an investment worth hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. He wears miniature mechanisms on his wrist that cost more than entire apartment buildings. He moves in a circle of billionaires, presidents, and investment sharks. His parties are gatherings where every guest has a 9-digit net worth, and yet he remains a strategist and top professional who influences the finances of whole industries. When Zaid speaks, the business world listens. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani. Prepare to have your idea of wealth shattered. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani is a man whose personal fortune is estimated at $8 billion. That's enough not just to live in luxury, but to literally change the course of history. Most interesting of all, he's not the type who simply hoards wealth. He invests, and not only in assets, but in the future of humanity. Of course, we have to start with his lifestyle because it's truly epic. His car collection consists of masterpieces on wheels. In his garage are Bugatti, Koenigsegg, and Pagani, cars that are rarer than black diamonds. Some of them exist in only 1 or 2 copies worldwide. Their price tags run into the millions of dollars. But Hamad doesn't just collect them, he actually drives them, mixing style and raw power. Even such a car fleet, however, fades in comparison with his air fleet. Yes, Hamad owns not one, but several private jets. Forget business class, his planes are bigger than some hotels and furnished so lavishly you could live in them full time. Gold, genuine leather, seats that turn into full beds. Everything is designed so every flight feels like staying in a 5-star palace. And what about real estate? His residences are scattered across the globe, and they're not just houses, but palaces. His central villa in Doha occupies an area comparable to a small town. On the grounds, you'll find a private mosque, multiple pools, tennis courts, and a lush park. In London, he owns a building that occupies an entire city block. And in Paris, a mansion right on the Champs-Élysées. In the United States, he has properties in Miami and Beverly Hills. His real estate portfolio is a luxury map stretched across 3 continents. But Hamad's defining trait is not showy wealth. He genuinely wants to leave a mark. He invests in education. Every year, hundreds of students from different countries receive scholarships through his programs and go off to study at Oxford, Harvard, and MIT. And it's not just tuition. He covers everything: housing, food, books, and even insurance. For those who get this chance, it's a pathway from nowhere straight into the big leagues. And that's still not all. Hamad is helping create local branches of elite medical universities in Qatar. In partnership with Weill Cornell Medicine, he's building campuses where future medical stars are trained. The goal is not just to treat people, but to create a world-class medical school right in the region. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. And now we've reached the very top of this pyramid of luxury. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum is not just a multi-billionaire. He is the vice president and prime minister of the United Arab Emirates and the ruler of Dubai. His net worth is estimated at more than $14 billion. This is not just money, it's a tool of global influence, and he uses it to the fullest. Let's start with his properties. Mohammed's residences make even the most opulent royal palaces look modest. His main residence, Zabil Palace, is a whole city within a city. Hundreds of rooms, dozens of pools, gardens stretching beyond the horizon, fountains under domes, and, according to rumor, more bathrooms than in an average neighborhood. And that's just the beginning. He owns private islands, plural. One of them is Palm Jumeirah, a man-made island shaped like a palm tree and visible from space. This isn't just a project, it's a symbol of ambition, and this project is his. He turned the coastline into an engineering marvel that has become the calling card of modern Dubai. Then there is Endurance Village, an entire town dedicated to his favorite passion, endurance horse racing. Imagine having so much money that you build a separate settlement just for your hobby. That's what leisure looks like for this sheikh. But all of this is just the outer shell. The main thing is his vision. Sheikh Mohammed doesn't just spend money, he invests it into the future of his people and his country. He intends to turn Dubai into a global technology capital. Under his leadership, the Emirates are investing billions into AI, blockchain, automation, and smart city development. He wants the UAE to become the Silicon Valley of the Middle East, and he's moving confidently toward that goal. Infrastructure is another passion of his. Under his patronage, some of the most impressive buildings on the planet have been erected. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest structure in the world, is his project, and he has no plans to stop. Currently, an entirely new district, Dubai Creek Harbor, is under construction. It will feature the tallest twin towers in the world, a global-scale airport, and housing for 1 million people. It won't just be a city, it will be a symbol of the future. And that's still not all. Sheikh Mohammed is also building the largest man-made nature reserve in the world, thousands of hectares where unique ecosystems and rare species of animals and birds are being recreated. This isn't just environmental concern, it's a grand vision of harmony between urban space and nature. What makes him truly unique is his strategic approach. He doesn't just build for people, he creates conditions for the growth of business, tourism, and education. He initiated the creation of free economic zones to attract the world's largest corporations. He invests in renewable energy to prepare for a post-oil world. He pours money into education to raise a new generation of leaders and specialists. And now, the most incredible part. Sheikh Mohammed doesn't limit himself to Earth. He has a plan. The UAE should become the first Arab country to send people to Mars. You heard that right. He wants to colonize the Red Planet. His plans include creating a research center, developing Martian technologies, and preparing for life beyond Earth. That's not just scale, that's a full-on transformation of reality. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum is a man who doesn't live for luxury, he lives for progress. He doesn't just rule, he builds the future. And his wealth is not a finish line, but a launchpad for colossal change. That's all for today. Here we talk about luxury, expensive things, and the lives of the most influential people on the planet. Be sure to watch the previous episodes. They will absolutely blow your mind.